What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Collegiate Football Legion. And if you read the title, you know what this conversation is going to be about. A lot of y'all ain't going to agree with this, and this video might end up in that group page on Facebook because somebody's going to disagree with it. A lot of y'all old heads go way too hard for your schools, way too hard. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. I remember as a kid. I think that was back in 2005 when BET came out with this show. This 3 episode docu-series about 5 students from Gremlin State, and it was called Season of the Tiger. And I remember while they were advertising the show and promoting the show, as a kid, I was heavily excited for that show to be aired. And when it aired, I was there every night, all 3 nights. I forgot how they showed it, but however I was there on time every time, watching the show, just completely immersed with the HBCU culture. Okay, just completely immersed with HBCU football. Watching Bruce Eugene, watching Blue at running back, watching the drum majors of the band, the band members, Shawnee, Eva Grooms. I remember them, and I ran out the room after the last episode when Gremlin beat Southern in the Bayou Classic, and I yelled at my mom. I was like, "Mom, I want to go to Gremlin State," and she was like, she looked at me. She was like, "Okay, okay, you got a long way to go, but all right." She thought my mom was gonna change all this time, and it didn't. In the back of my head, from that point on to high school, yes, I had other schools in my head as well, but Grambling State always stayed there. Before I became a fan of Oregon, and before I was watching FBS football at the highest level, before I was watching college football at the highest level and being a fan of that, I was a fan of Grambling State. I was a fan of HBCU football because of BET having shows like that, because of 106 in Park having the tour that they would do. I forgot the name of it, but it was a tour that they would do, and they would go across the country to every HBCU for their homecoming. They would go across the country to every HBCU for their homecoming, and I would watch that, and I would get so excited because the culture seemed so fun. Everything seemed so fun. You feel me? It was, I saw it was people like me. It was a whole school of people that look like me and who acted like me, who talked like me, and they was having fun, and they was doing this and that, and I just couldn't wait to get 18 so I can go to college at a HBCU. And somewhere along the line, things changed. Um, you didn't see anything anymore from any HBCU. BET stopped showing games on their channel for some reason. BET's really fumbling the bag. That's why I can't really support them how I used to, because why not? Why not keep this going? Okay? Especially since you're supposed to be for our people, but that's a different conversation for a different day. Um, but yeah, I get on social media. The older I get, YouTube is becoming a bigger thing. Social media is becoming a bigger thing, and I'm seeing the Alabamas of the world. I'm seeing Baylor. I'm seeing Clemson. I'm seeing all of these schools who are giving insiders on their program into the practices. They're following players around. They're giving you insights on what they do in between practices, the film rooms, in the everyday life of a college football player at the highest level. But you didn't see any Gramblings, you didn't see any Alcorns or Southerns, or North Carolina A&T. I didn't see it, so it kind of got out of my mind for a little while. Grambling was always in the back of my head, but as I got older and as I got to high school, I wasn't thinking about an HBCU anymore. I really wasn't. I wasn't pursuing my options outside of Grambling and outside of South Carolina State. I wasn't really looking I wasn't really thinking about an HBCU because I hadn't seen any of them. And I say that to say this: that, in my opinion, is what is hurting HBCU football on top of many other things. Your social media presence, it it has to be better than what it is. Okay, we are in a digital age now. Social media is the name of the game. If you want to get these kids, if you want to get these recruits, if you want your program to flourish, you have to have some type of social media presence. Every school is doing it. And it's not just the big schools, for those of you who want to argue that. Smaller schools are doing it as well. FCS schools are doing it as well. But I don't see a page. I don't see an official page for Alcorn giving insiders on what they do on a day-to-day basis on the life of a Division One football player. I don't see Southern doing it. I don't see I don't see any school doing it, and it's hurting us. And I'm not saying this to get on. Again, I'm not saying this to get on anybody's school, okay? Because I don't even see it from Gremlin. Like I said, I've been a Gremlin fan since I was a kid. So it kind of disappointed me as I got older that I didn't see any more from them, and that I didn't hear anything else about them. Where was I at? Yeah, I didn't see anything from any of these schools. And now that I see Dion doing it, now that I see Dion creating a documentary or whatever it is, I know he's supposed to be having some kind of show for Jackson State. Now that he's giving all these insiders to practices, and now that he's creating all these videos of motivational talks, which he was doing before he was a coach, but now it's a lot more. Now that he's giving us all this access into Jackson State, it's gotten people excited. It's gotten kids, at least in the back of their head, they're thinking, maybe I should give Jackson State a try. Maybe I should take a visit. Maybe I should look at them a little bit more. And then y'all get mad at Dion, and y'all get mad at Jackson State for getting all this hype, but it's deserved. It's rightfully deserved, because y'all aren't doing anything to combat that. Y'all aren't doing anything as far as that. As far as putting yourself out there, you're not doing anything to combat Deion Sanders or Jackson State. Like y'all get so upset at the amount of attention that they get, or that the amount of attention that we give them, but y'all only give us so much to report on when it's your turn. And I'm saying that has to change. It would not hurt y'all. Like Alcorn, y'all are a great program. It wouldn't hurt y'all to put more videos out there. It wouldn't hurt y'all to give more insider access. It wouldn't hurt y'all to give a look at the facilities or the uniforms, because y'all have amazing uniforms. It wouldn't hurt to put something out there for kids to see and want to come to y'all. Alabama A&M, I get on A&M a lot, but A&M, there should be no reason why y'all ain't putting yourselves out there. Y'all have a bunch of personalities on that team. Your coach is very much entertaining. If you put yourself out there, some chances are, like, a lot of these high profile kids are at least gonna keep y'all in mind. Why? What's the reason? And I don't want to hear anybody in the comments say we don't need to do that. We don't need to put ourselves out there like that. We let the winning and stuff speak for itself. Stop it. This is a new day. Anybody with sense realizes this is what you need to do. That this can be nothing but beneficial for your program. To properly put yourself out there. To advertise your program. And for some reason y'all just don't want to do it. Gremlin, I have been a lifelong fan of y'all. Always have been, always will be. But y'all got to do better. Y'all have to do better. And before y'all ask, oh, well, did you go to a HBCU? Why didn't you? well because I had a scholarship offer from 3 schools, none of them which were HBCUs. I tried my hardest, but I just got offered more money from a PWI at the end of the day to go play football, so I took it. Okay, just easier financially on my parents. My mom wasn't even gonna let me go to an HBCU when I got the most money from this PWI for a scholarship to play ball. Okay, I tried to go to state after Gremlin was a no. Tried to go to state, got in. Mom was like, "Nah, this school is giving you more money. You should go there." So that's that. Not that I didn't want to, just couldn't. But yeah, I'm not. All I'm saying is we could do a lot better on that front. And it's not just the schools. Let's give some accountability to the fans as well. Because, when I search Alcorn's page or when I search these different HBCU footballs pages, at the most, some of them only got like 2,000 views. A lot of them haven't posted since 2019. A lot of unofficial pages. A lot of the official pages just isn't consistent with what you're putting out there, with the content that you're putting out there. And a lot of fans aren't even following these pages anyway. Nobody's demanding it. Like y'all, like the true HBCU core fans aren't demanding more from their respective schools, and that's a problem. That's a problem. I I think it's time that we understand, or at least try to understand, that we can take this a lot further. There's no reason why HBCU football as a whole can't reach the top, but we just refuse to do so for some reason. We're not good where we are right now, because let's be honest, if we were, Dion wouldn't have felt the need to come to Jackson State. Ed Reed and Ray Lewis wouldn't have expressed the need to coach. Eddie George wouldn't have want to come. Well, at least he probably wouldn't felt like he needed to come to Tennessee State. But they did, and there's a reason for that. And thank God that it's happening. But we all have to do our part to make sure that we could propel HBCU sports to a level that it has not been before. Because I'm telling you right now, the content that we could put out, no matter what school you are, the content that we could put out could overshadow these Power Fives 10 times over. All these Power Fives has to offer are facilities, uniforms, and that's it. That's it. They can't touch HBCU campus life. They can't touch the hype on homecoming. They can't touch the life outside of that stadium. They can't touch the band. Why are we not promoting our strengths more? Why are we not putting it out there more? So honestly, that's really all I wanted to get off my chest. I've been thinking this for a while now. Like, why aren't we doing more? And it doesn't have to be some fancy Hollywood production. All you need is your editing team and a camera. That's all. That's all you need. And you can make something happen. BET, y'all ain't right for that. If anything, this is the time that y'all should be supporting these HBCUs and bringing these shows and productions back. Like, I would love to see a season of the Tiger, but with a Southern, or with a North Carolina A&T, or with a FAMU, or an NCCU. I would love to see these things, and it's happening gradually. Chris Paul, they had, the NCCU basketball team. They had a little documentary. I think it was on Netflix, I believe, because I did watch it and I did enjoy it. But we need to continue stuff like that, and we need to really highlight our strengths instead of worrying about how we don't compare to these schools, to these bigger schools. We need to really highlight our strengths, and I think it would do us well. But this is just my opinion. I know, like I said, I know a lot of y'all are gonna disagree. Um, Feel free to let me know down below in the comment section your opinion and why isn't this being done? If you have a definitive answer, please keep it respectful. I don't mind different opinions, but just keep it respectful. And if y'all made it to the end of the video, man, I really appreciate y'all. All right, Collegiate Football Legion, I'm out. Peace.